I want to start with the Democratic National Convention. Watched it for 2 hours straight last night. I have positives and negatives. And believe it or not, other shows, they'll give you the perspective on, well, Republicans are great and all Democrats are bad. That's not what I do here. That's not what we do on this show. I try to be honest with all of you. And yes, I think there were positives and negatives, as there are to any subject that you talk about. And I will give you those. But I want to start with the positives first. And I said Democrats they needed to make it about Trump's character. I talk about Donald Trump's character all the time, and I know I'm not alone. There's a lot of independents in this country that feel the same way. Look, I'm not talking about you Trump supporters that if Donald Trump molested children, you would still vote for him. Remember, and by the way, I'm not saying all of you supporters would do that, but when Donald Trump said, if he shot someone on, East 51st, people would still vote for him. I'm not talking about you guys. It doesn't matter what Donald Trump does, you're still going to vote for him. And I'm not talking about the Democrats that are, leaning way to the left, that they're going to vote for anybody against Donald Trump. I'm talking about the people in the middle, some of those people that are undecided. That is who is going to win this election, who those people vote for. And I thought the Democrats did a really good job at attacking Donald Trump's lack of character. It was kind of a portrait of his lack of caring, attention and capabilities, his lack of empathy, division, and racism. I thought they did a really good job. And, Michelle Obama hit Donald Trump where it hurts, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on the show. But, using terms that he used like it is what it is, so on and so forth. But I want to start with a human interest story last night that I thought was very moving. And I said, it's one thing to have politicians get up there and just speak and read a speech. It's another thing when you have people that are not involved in politics that are speaking about human interest stories. This woman's name is Kristen Urquiza. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. And she is an Arizona woman whose father died of COVID-19. Father was a Donald Trump supporter and clinged on to every single word that Donald Trump said. His daughter speaking about that. It is a really sad situation. So this is the daughter, Kristen Urquiza, speaking about her dad. This was the Democratic National Convention last night. Have a listen to this.
My dad, Mark Anthony Urquiza, should be here today, but he isn't. He had faith in Donald Trump. He voted for him, listened to him, believed him and his mouthpieces when they said that coronavirus was under control and going to disappear, that it was okay to end social distancing rules before it was safe, and that if you had no underlying health conditions, you'd probably be fine. So in late May, after the stay-at-home order was lifted in Arizona, my dad went to a karaoke bar with his friends. A few weeks later, he was put on a ventilator. And after 5 agonizing days, he died alone in the ICU with a nurse holding his hand. My dad was a healthy 65-year-old. His only pre-existing condition was trusting Donald Trump, and for that, he paid with his life.
Okay, make no mistake about it. This woman speaking is not a politician. Her father was a Donald Trump supporter. This is a sad story. It's a touching story. It's a human interest story. And it goes to show you that the words of Donald Trump matter. They mean something. This was a man that supported Donald Trump, that listened to Donald Trump. He went out there and he did a little karaoke, not wearing a mask. A few weeks later, dead. She went on now to talk about more about the coronavirus and her story. Have a listen to this.
The coronavirus has made it clear that there are two Americas. The America that Donald Trump lives in and the America that my father died in. Enough is enough. Donald Trump may not have caused the coronavirus, but his dishonesty and his irresponsible actions made it so much worse.
And she went on. This went on for about 5 or 6 minutes, talking a little bit about her dad's story. This is one of the last things she said. Have a listen to this.
One of the last things that my father said to me was that he felt betrayed by the likes of Donald Trump. And so when I cast my vote for Joe Biden, I will do it for my dad.
Make no mistake about it. This woman isn't getting paid by the Democrats. This isn't somebody who's a mouthpiece. She's telling her story, and it's a very sad one. And I feel horrible for her and her family that her dad passed away. Yes, because of his irresponsible actions, but I'm going to take her word for it that her dad listened to Donald Trump.
You're going to blame Donald Trump for this, Brian?
Okay, so let me explain why.
Honest to God,
so let me explain
you are
why.
legitimately going to blame the president of the United States for someone's own decisions.
So let me explain why.
How can you possibly do that?
Well,
I understand.
I'm trying to answer your question.
I understand you don't like Donald Trump.
You got to let me respond.
Making him responsible for this, and if he's responsible for this guy's death, then clearly he's responsible for how many other deaths?
Okay, so first of all, let me say this. I'm going to take the daughter's word for it over yours.
That doesn't mean...
Let me finish.
How,
let me finish.
The daughter can't blame Donald Trump either, Brian.
Let me finish.
Nobody can.
First of all...
Just because the daughter says that she believes that this is Donald Trump's fault doesn't mean it's Donald Trump's fault, Brian. This man chose to go to a karaoke bar, and he happened to get COVID-19 a couple weeks after the fact. That has nothing to do with President Donald Trump and his rhetoric or what he's saying.
Let me respond now. First of all, what you're saying is not true. I'm going to go back to what I just said 30 seconds ago, when I couldn't finish. I'm going to take the word of a daughter who lost her father, a daughter who says that her father clinged to every word that Donald Trump says, a daughter who says, there's nothing funny about this man. This guy lost his life. It's a horrible story. The daughter, let me finish.
Right, 172,000 people have lost their lives due to COVID-19.
You got to let me finish and respond to your question and your statement. Okay, so she says that the father listened to Donald Trump downplaying this virus. It's going to go 15 down to 0, talking about social distancing, talking about how people could go back to work and everything's going to be just fine. It's going to be a miracle. This virus is just going to go away. It's no question that the president has downplayed this virus for a very long time.
He has not downplayed this virus at all, Brian.
Yes, he has.
He made swift, quick decisions from the jump.
That is
Anthony
absurd.
Fauci
that is absurd.
Gave the wrong information about this virus on multiple occasions. He's been guessing since day one, and he is still guessing.
First of all, that is absurd.
That is not absurd, Brian. That is reality. That is reality.
Okay, let me know when I can finish my statement.
Let you know when you can finish blaming the president of the United States for somebody else's actions.
So you can have a different opinion from me, but the least you can do...
I'll let you know when you can do that.
All right, go ahead if you want to finish the segment. You got to let me finish my thought. You're not letting me finish my thought. It's disrespectful to this woman who lost her father to basically call her a liar, and that's basically what you're doing.
I'm not calling her a liar, Brian.
She is saying...
I'm saying she's misplacing blame on Donald Trump when the blame is on her father.
So Donald Trump gets up there. You got to let me respond.
The blame lies with her father. Okay. She's saying that he listened to every single word that Donald Trump said. And so Donald Trump was controlling this man. Donald Trump was making that man's decisions for him, and therefore Donald Trump is somehow through some form of osmosis to be blamed for this man's death. And I understand you want to take her word for it. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump is even remotely. I mean, 10% responsible for the fact that this guy happened to go to a karaoke bar and died. So maybe he wanted to have a good time. Maybe he didn't want to sit inside his house all day long for 4 or 5 months. Maybe he said, hey, I'm going to risk it. And it had nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Okay, so you're entitled to your opinions.
Of course I am, absolutely.
But then I will not go by my opinions, but I'm actually going to go by not a biased Trump supporter, but I'm actually going to go by the daughter who lost her father.
You're going by a biased Trump hater during the Democratic National Convention.
Right, you got to let me talk for more than 8 seconds. You've interrupted me 6 times, and we just started the show 10 minutes ago. Please just let me finish my thought. Please. You're entitled to your opinion. I disagree with you. Let me give you my opinion. And my opinion is based on the daughter. The daughter who lost her father. The daughter who wanted to speak to the world and say that my father decided to do this behavior because he made a mistake. He listened to Donald Trump. He listened to Donald Trump downplay the virus. Now, if you want to sit there and say Donald Trump doesn't bear any responsibility in the statements he has made over the course, if I could finish, because you're going to interrupt me again, in the statements that he has made over the last 4 or 5 months, that he doesn't bear any responsibility in some people out there listening to the president, then I disagree with you wholeheartedly. And the point I was trying to make from the beginning is that this is a human interest story. It's a sad story. And guess what? I'm going to take the daughter's word for it, that this man was a supporter of the president, and because he listened to the president downplay this virus for months, he's now dead. Does that mean that the 100% responsibility is on the president? No, I never said that. But certainly, yes, part of the responsibility is on this man who decided to go do karaoke and then die, just like Herman Cain, right? It's his responsibility that he decided to go to a Trump campaign rally and not wear a mask. However, part of that responsibility, and this is a very logical opinion, part of the responsibility, a part of it, now I'm not going to put percentages on it, but a part of the responsibility is Donald Trump holding that campaign rally, not forcing everybody to wear a mask. Part of the responsibility is Donald Trump, when he gets up there on a stage, not maybe in the last few weeks, hold on, but in the last several months, downplaying the virus. It's going to go 15-0. It's going to disappear. It's going to be a miracle.
That was in March, Brian.
Okay.
That was literally 5 months ago.
The bottom line is he's made
15 days to stop the spread. We're on day 155.
I can give you a list of him downplaying this virus just a month ago. I can give you a list of things he said.
He has not downplayed this virus at all, Brian.
Okay. Well, that is an outrageous claim.
No, it is not outrageous.
That is outrageous.
No, it is
what
not.
You just said. He's never downplayed the virus?
What he has done.
He's never downplayed the virus?
No,
ever?
he is not.
Okay.
Yeah, we had 15 cases at the time, which was true. He was told by the Anthony Faucis of the world that this virus would likely go away.
Okay.
And it didn't happen because the doctors, the experts, the ones that we laud as basically those who are telling us exactly what to do every single day, they said they were wrong about the virus. Donald Trump didn't make this decision about the virus based on his own information.
Okay.
He was listening to Anthony Fauci,
Gotcha.
the chief virologist, the head honcho doctor, and the doctor who had worked under 6 different presidential administrations, the one who had worked on SARS, on HIV. He was listening to him, and Anthony Fauci was incorrect.
Okay,
not just about that, but he was also incorrect about the masks.
So I want to move on, but before I do,
but I need to respond to this, Brian. You're basically
I just did let you respond.
You're basically saying that Donald Trump told this particular man to go to a karaoke bar. No.
Okay. Once again, you're mischaracterizing what I'm saying.
You're not factoring the fact that maybe this guy went to a karaoke bar because he wanted to have a good time.
Okay.
Maybe he wanted to have a drink. Maybe he wanted to sing karaoke.
I want to move on.
How do you put that on Donald Trump?
I already answered that question.
You didn't
answer
though.
that. Okay.
You answered it, but I reject your answer. I don't agree with your answer.
You can reject anything. I
think you're placing blame incorrectly and unwarrantedly on Donald Trump when the decision was this guy's and this guy's own. And I think anyone who is relatively intelligent, who listens to what this woman says, can see right through that.
All right,
so you call this an effective human interest story. I call it the utmost pandering by someone who is attacking Donald Trump and putting blame on him when he doesn't deserve to have the blame. Because her father made her own decision, Brian.
Are you done now?
Absolutely.
Okay, I want to end this conversation by saying this. If you want to call this daughter who lost her father and say she's pandering, if you don't believe what she is saying, that's on you. I refuse to do that, okay? I never once, I never once said that he doesn't bear some responsibility. The president also bears responsibility for his actions and the things he says, because it does affect people in different ways. And I am going to believe a grieving daughter who lost her father. I'm going to believe what she says because you weren't there and she was. End of conversation.
So you're telling me.
Okay, I guess it's not the end of the conversation. I wanted to move on to some other stuff now. What else? What did you want to say about it? Go ahead. We disagree.
Okay, fine.
We disagree.
All right.